You will not find content like this from the market. UPSC does repeat questions even in a paper like GS-3. GS-3 is one of the toughest papers to solve for. Here I had made one pager mind maps and you can see direct hits. Let's create a difference where others are ignoring this subject. I'm going to cover every single current affairs happening that has happened. Hello and welcome to Clarity for UPSC. I'm Dr. Shivin. This is the official launch video for the GS-3 mains module for UPSC CSE mains 2025. Now I will be doing a mains module for 2026 as well, but that will start in September. This one is specifically for mains 2025. Now let's talk about GS-3 for a minute. Firstly, GS-3 is one of the toughest papers to solve for because it has 6 subjects. There is economy, agriculture, internal security, environment, disaster management, and science and tech. What we are trying to achieve here is a one-stop solution where we have a complete, comprehensive coverage of all of these 6 subjects from the mains perspective. My idea here is that once you finish this module, you do not need to read anything else for GS-3. And I have the confidence to back that. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. All the subjects of GS-3, सारे 6 सब्जेक्ट, इनमें जो चीजें पढ़नी है, all of that we'll cover in this module. So let's understand how this module will work. Firstly, we will have a complete module of the entire GS-3 syllabus from the mains perspective. You don't need to go anywhere else. Second, we are going to have high quality content, and this is my guarantee to you, and you can see this in the other content that I've taught as well. You will not find content like this from the market. This is not AI generated PDFs. This is not copying from random sources. I read authoritative texts from ORF. I read the economic survey. I read all the current affairs. I will give you academic keywords, and that will show in your notes and your answers. Then we are going to cover every single previous year question of GS-3 that has come till date. UPSC does repeat questions even in a paper like GS-3, which is relatively current affairs based. So every single PYQ we are going to cover here. Now in GS-3 there are going to be 2 questions that everybody is going to have. The first one is what about current affairs? And the second one is what about revision? So let me address both of these questions and solve for them. अब इन दोनों चीजों का हम क्या करें? Current affairs का क्या करें? And what do we do with our problem of revision? दोनों को discuss करते हैं. पहले let us discuss current affairs. You do not need to read the newspaper. You don't need to read a current affairs compilation like the one mentioned here, because I am going to filter, analyze, and compile it all for you in one place. All you have to do is read these notes. For people who are part of MMP Plus 2024, I will provide the current affairs updates to you. This is just here to ease the tensions. This is a commitment that I made and I stick to my commitments. So in this module, I'm going to cover every single current affairs happening that has happened. To give you an example, left-wing extremism is very much in the news this time. These are the 15 articles of left-wing extremism that have come in either the Indian Express or the Hindu. There is a major theme this time of the Maoist surrender cum rehabilitation policy. It has been launched by Chhattisgarh. It's covered in the notes. You don't need to go anywhere else. Whatever you need to read is in one place. Now, the second problem was the problem of revision. Before mains, there are too many topics and there's too little time. बहुत ज़्यादा काम है और बहुत कम time है हमारे पास उस काम को complete करने के लिए. For that, last year, I made one-pager notes, which were mind map based notes to ensure that you could, revise as soon as possible. This time, I've gone one step further and I've created handwritten notes. Let me give you a demonstration. And I'll tell you why I've created these handwritten notes too. For example, these are the handwritten notes of the first class where I'm going to teach you about the national security doctrine. So what is it? What will it contain? You can now draw this diagram with the elements and these 4 things written in red directly in your paper. Why has it not been made so far? The need for it, past, now, and future. The challenges in framing it, and this idea written in blue here is for you to remember these points. याद करना भी मुश्किल होता है, तो उसके लिए याद कैसे करना है ये बात भी है. And this is a ready-made conclusion. Now we don't stop here. This is the thing that I'm going to add this time. Value addition, quotes in one place, keywords in one place, some recent context in one place. This is what the Honorable Prime Minister said after Operation Sindoor, and a diagram that we can take to our answers. And why have I made these handwritten notes? A, they are much more comfortable and easy to revise before mains. And there are going to be diagrams and words and these classifications here that you can take directly to the mains exam. And that is why I'm going to give you crisp handwritten notes for the entire GS3 paper. You do not need to read anything else apart from this. Even the idea of current affairs is going to be included in these handwritten notes. So just these handwritten notes, nothing else for GS3 for mains 2025. That is a guarantee. Now, why am I so confident? I'm confident because of what you're going to hear now. I would like you to hear from my students of GS3 from last year and what they have to say about this course.
I was also the part of the GS-3 program. That gave me a perspective of how to proceed for the mains.
I had joined, in fact, GS3 का program भी था. It was very, very helpful. I think मेरा जो भी improvement होगा, I think it will play a very important role because it really helped me analyze my answers and make improvements, small improvements की एक conclusion can be, it can have some SDG or something, but it might not be as forward looking as some other conclusion.
In my journey of UPSC preparation, I have been associated with Shivin sir and Sadhya IAS, and then I have got an understanding about how to write mains answers, how to have templates for different set of questions, and Shivin sir's teaching was absolutely flawless.
Hello everyone, my name is Utkarsh Yadav and I have secured All India rank 32 in this year's Civil Services examination. This was my third attempt and third mains, and I have been associated with Sathi IAS for my previous two attempts. In 2023, I was part of GS3 course taught by Shivin sir.
I have secured All India rank 35 in this Civil Services examination. I was part of Shivin sir's GS3 mains course. His teaching style of contextual analysis of the topics mentioned in the GS3 helped me to enrich my answers by generating different perspectives and dimensions on the questions of the GS3.
GS3 module, I was also part of GS3 module. All the modules were great, sir, content-wise. So there was one-stop solution for those things.
I was part of GS3 course and those two immensely helped me.
Hello everyone, I am Manu Garg. I have secured All India rank 91 in the recently concluded UPSC Civil Service Examination 2024. I was a part of his GS3 course. I would like to mention that it was a one-stop solution for all the different disciplines that are being asked in the GS3 paper. And I found it quite holistic and quite covering in terms of the syllabus of GS3.
I was doing GS3 with Shivin sir. It was very, the content was very rich, sir. So it helped me. Mainly followed Shivin sir's GS3 module.
GS3 में भी मैंने एग्रीकल्चर में फिर सिक्योरिटी में I have used. Sir, main thing मुझे मटेरियल में ये लगी कि it was very systematic. It was not hard to understand.
Hi, this is Lakshmi Priya. In UPSC Civil Services Examination 2024, I have secured an All India rank of 297. This is meant to thank Shivin sir for the contribution that they made, especially towards my marks in GS3 this time. I had subscribed to the course run by Shivin sir for GS3.
I took the Shivin sir's that standalone course for GS3 module. It was very good. It was my one-stop solution for GS3. I did not look at anything else.
I did take up GS3 module, and GS3 module helped a lot in covering the huge syllabus.
During my mains preparation, I was enrolled in GS3 module of Shivin sir, which are basically very comprehensively and very exhaustively designed module. Covering almost all the aspects of our syllabus.
I had joined GS3 with Shivin sir. It will definitely help the students who are preparing for 2025.
GS3 बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा है, क्योंकि इस बार GS3 में जितने भी मेरे मार्क्स आएंगे वो शिविन सर नहीं देना, क्योंकि उन लोग का जो स्ट्रक्चर है और कवर करने का जो ब्रॉडर कवर करते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा कवर करते हैं. ऑलमोस्ट जो लास्ट क्लास में जो लोग PDF डाला वो 2 क्वेश्चन उसी PDF से आए थे.
The other thing which makes me this confident about this module is its performance last year. Like I told you, last year I had made one-pager mind maps, and you can see direct hits from the paper in these mind maps. This is the question on millets, that was the question on the Digital Data Protection Act, the question on urban flooding, the question on regional air connectivity and aviation. In the last year's paper, out of 20 questions, 17 were hit from my notes. 3 were partially solvable. That is what we're aiming for. UPSC is not giving us a lot of marks in GS3. That is a trend across the board. But that doesn't mean that you can't create a difference. I have students who have scored 110. I have students who have scored 115 in GS3 from the module last year, and I will bring them on YouTube too for them to explain their strategy for you. So that is why let's create a difference where others are ignoring this subject. Now, the idea here is that the schedule and the class methodology, let's talk about that. So firstly, in every class, we'll have a PYQ analysis session. After that, we'll discuss the content and we'll have handwritten notes. I'll teach you directly from these handwritten notes so you know how to even revise them. Current affairs are integrated, like you saw the recent context written, and value addition is also integrated. So no need to go anywhere else. Just read these handwritten notes and you are sorted. Now, this time for mains 2025, time is of the essence. Time is probably the most valuable commodity because hardly 60 days are left. So I have changed the format a little bit. What I have done is that I have included recorded lectures this time, which I'm now recording now, right, with all the recent context. And here is a schedule of all of those recorded lectures. So we'll have a live orientation on the 29th. This is the day where we have a live orientation session. And on 29th, you will see all the lectures of internal security for this year being uploaded on your portal. There are going to be 4 lectures. Now you watch them for 4 days. 4 days maybe. I am just expecting that you give me the first half of your day. So let's say you start reading at 9. From 9 to 12, you watch the lecture, and by 1, you're done. Because after watching the lecture, and you can actually, I do speak slowly, so you can actually watch the lecture at 1.5x, but even if you choose to watch it at 1x, by 1 o'clock, you'll be done. So 9 to 1 from 29th, give me just 10 days total, and 20 days, half of 20 days, and we'll be done. So we start on 29th. You start with internal security. There are 4 lectures. You spend 4 days watching these lectures. We come to 3rd. On 3rd, I will upload all the lectures for agriculture. Agriculture also is going to have 4 lectures. So we have the lectures for agriculture getting uploaded on 3rd. Then 4 days later on 7th, we'll have all the lectures uploaded for disaster management and environment. Again, 4 lectures. 4 days later on 11th, all the lectures of science and technology are going to be uploaded. 3 lectures in total. And lastly, on 14th, all the lectures of economy are going to be uploaded. So you have the exact schedule and the exact number of lectures that we're going to have with these handwritten notes. They'll be there on your portal on these dates. Now, the idea is, what about your doubt resolution? So for that, I have kept a set of live doubt resolution sessions. You start with internal security on 29th. You watch it for 4 days. If you don't have doubts, well and good, move on to agriculture. If you have doubts, I will have a live doubt resolution session with you of internal security on 3rd. Similarly, you then watch agriculture. You don't have doubts, you've understood, great. You have doubts, you can come to this live doubt resolution session and we'll solve for agriculture. That is the idea. These doubt resolution sessions will hardly be of 1.5 hours, depending of course on the number of doubts that you ask. Otherwise, you can just stick with these recordings and be done with it. Now, the validity is still mains 2025. It's obviously a part of MMP Plus. MMP Plus is our comprehensive course for mains 2025 and 2026. So GS3 is a part of that. And there is no limit to the number of times you will watch the recordings. But of course, I don't think you will need to watch it more than once, considering you are short on time. You just need to watch them once and be done with it. Now, the orientation session will be held live on 29th June. And on 29th June, we'll first do an analysis of the entire paper, and then the lectures will start getting uploaded the way I have mentioned in the schedule here. Coming to the pricing, we have maintained our mission of affordability. So this is the price if you wish to get GS3 by yourself, and GS3 is also a part of MMP Plus, and the pricing is on the board. If you have any further questions, you can call us or email us. Call us on this number or email us here. to ask your doubts, and let's make sure that we have the best possible performance in the GS3 paper together. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.